What is up, people? Welcome back to the next video of the Kia K4 autocross build. This is video 3 and we're on the next mod, the SlickMods, which is the name of the site, tail light tint. At the time of filming this video, there are not too many tail lighting tint or tinting options, pre-cut tint available on the market. If you're watching this way in the future, there may already be a bunch of more options and more things to choose from, but this is one of the few that had Kia tint, K4 tint, and for the K4 GT line. So I went ahead and picked it up. It wasn't expensive. I think it was around 30 to 40, maybe 50 bucks. So I picked that up for the rear, and it's gonna do the tail lights and then the rear, I don't know what you call them. Are they like the hazard lights? I don't know, but the rear reflector lights. So I'm gonna be doing those two. It should be a very quick video today. I'm not gonna take up too much of your time. I've actually already done one side of the car about a month ago, but I wasn't sure if I was gonna like it or if I wanted to stick with it. They have two versions of the tint. They had a light smoke and a dark smoke. I went with the dark smoke and I just wasn't sure if I wanted the dark smoke at first, but after driving around and looking at it and comparing both sides of the car, I'm ready to fully jump in and commit to tinting both sides of the car. So that's what we're gonna be doing today. We're gonna tint the opposite side of the car, and before I do that, I'll be able to show you guys what both sides look like so you can make your decision on if you want to tint the car. So this is a very simple mod. Of course, you're gonna need the tint kit, but the tint kit just comes with the tint. There's things that are gonna make this easier. One is gonna be a heat gun. I don't know if a hair dryer is gonna be hot enough, but you're definitely gonna want a heat gun to make it easy. And the theme of this video, and I'll always say this in every video I make, the right tool for the right job will make your life easier. Every time you try to use the wrong tool for the wrong job, you're gonna break apart, you're gonna mess up your car, or you're gonna be doing it all over again. So just do it right the first time. So you're gonna need a heat gun. What I also bought from Amazon was just a simple window tinting kit. So that's the little squeegee with the felt tip, a little spray bottle, and that really, once again, makes it easier instead of trying to put a cloth on a credit card. Just go ahead and buy the right tools and make your life easier so you can get it done and get it fast. One disclaimer I will say, the Kia K4 rear tail lights does have some very creative curves to the back. So you're gonna have to take your time, you're gonna have to massage it in, get it around the corners, heat it up, and tuck it, especially on the big L piece. It's a big piece and it has a lot of curvature to it. So I'm just letting you know it's gonna take patience, so don't try to rush this. Also, you're not gonna wanna be somewhere where it's hot. You're gonna wanna be in shade. Luckily, my house gets shaded in the afternoon, so it works out pretty well. So what you're gonna wanna do first is get everything washed down, get everything cleaned up. I like to wipe everything down with rubbing alcohol to make sure it's squeaky clean, no oils. And then from there, you fill your spray bottle up with a little bit of dish soap, the rest water, and you can just spray that on the back of the car, and that'll get the tint going. We're about to do that right now, get everything done, and I'll show you the process. But first, let me show you the before and after so you can compare. Okay, so here we are at the back, and I'm gonna show you both tail lights. We're in the shade, so I hopefully it gives you a good enough representation. But this is gonna be the left side. This is how it comes stock. I've already done both of these because it was pretty easy, but you can just see the rear left tail light. Yes, it's red. And then if we go to the other side, which is the side I've already done, this is what it looks like. Blacked out. I think it just looks really dope. You can see that X-Force exhaust down here also looks very dope. But this is what it looks like blacked out. So we're gonna match that to both sides, the red and the dark smoke. The red honestly doesn't look bad stock. I wouldn't be surprised if you like the red accent. I like the black. It just adds, it makes it look even more sinister. So let's get started. You guys, my followers, I moved the car into the sun so you can just get a better look. I want to make sure I'm making the best video possible and not cutting any corners. So here's just one more look with it in the sun. Here's the back. And then you have the red side. And then you have the, get my shadow out the way, you have the dark smoke side. So now you can see the difference. Once again, just continuing with the theme, The right tool for the right job. If you don't have one of these chairs, I highly recommend you getting one. You're gonna need it a lot. When you're working on cars, you're gonna be low. The older you get, your back starts hurting. Make life easier on yourself so you don't start rushing, because the more comfortable you are, the more you can do things with skill. So like I said, we gotta get this whole area cleaned up because you are tinting the whole tail light. So you're gonna be tinting the side and all the way this way. So get everything clean and everything around it clean. You don't want just right off the tail light in this little part. You don't want that dirty, because as you're sliding the film, if it touches all that dirt, it picks up all that dirt, you're probably gonna ruin your film. So just go ahead and clean extra. It doesn't hurt to clean extra. Once again, do it right the first time so you don't gotta do it again. You don't gotta waste any money. So I'm gonna get that done. I got a little bucket and soap. Not washing the whole car, but I'm just gonna go ahead and take care of this area, try to get all the dirt and grime out, the cracks and crevices, anywhere that the tint can potentially touch. And I will say, after having the tint on that side, and I daily drive this car, and I also have an automatic car wash membership, it holds up in the automatic car wash. So that's something to think about, and it definitely does hold up. So I'll put my word behind that. So we're gonna go ahead and get this whole area washed up. Get it looking nice. You know, there's nothing like a nice afternoon car wash. Get things shining. So boom, got that. This literally all it takes, 5 seconds. Get that showered down. Just like that is clean. I'll get not a carbon fiber rag, what is that? A microfiber towel, and I'll just wipe everything down. So we get this towel, wipe everything down. Just the rear, not washing the whole car, even though I might just go ahead and wash the whole car. Another thing to note, once you install this, you need to give it at least 24 hours to cure and dry. So you don't want to go run it through the automatic car wash right away, or wash the car, honestly, right after it, because you may move the film. So you got to give it time to dry. I'm in the Texas heat, so I think it dries faster than normal if you're not in a very hot climate. But yeah, try not to irritate it. Let the tint dry. It's like tinting your windows. You don't tint your windows, then immediately go start rolling your windows up and down. Now that it's clean, we're ready for the install. So let me show you how the tint came, and we can get started with getting the tint installed. Just start here. So your tint will come in a tube like this, and then you pull this out. Kind of tighten it first so you don't accidentally crinkle it or rip it. So you'll come in right here, and then inside of here, you'll have your tint laid out on this paper. If I have one thing to gripe on, even though with your context clues, you can figure it out. I wish it was labeled, because when you have left and right on here, it's not exactly clear where to start. Like I said, you can figure it out, but if I was being picky, I'm giving some feedback to SlickMods, just label it. I think it's a small touch. Even if you just took a Sharpie and said left and right, I think it would be cool. So yeah, here's the pre-cut tint. So what I like to do, I lay it out. It blows in the wind, so I'll kind of weigh it down, put it to the side. And then from Amazon, this little kit right here, I think it costs like $9. It comes with this spray bottle. I have a little bit of dish soap and the rest is water. And then I'll use this squeegee with a felt tip, very important. And then I have my heat gun just out of reach. And you kind of use that to mold it to the curves. Just a little bit of heat, lightly. Start slow, go slow. The good thing about with the heat, if you mess up, you can kind of rework it. So go slow, take your time. If you try to rush, you're gonna mess it up. So let's get started and get this applying. First thing you wanna do, take your spray bottle, make sure it's on spray. It's gonna be wrapped in 2 sections. So you're gonna have this piece of your tail light and then your whole tail light. So we're gonna start with the small piece first. And it's just simple as this, just wet it. You can never put too much, honestly. So you're gonna get that wet. Once you get that wet, you're gonna move to the tint. Now the rear small section is gonna be 2 pieces. You're gonna have your top piece and your back piece. I personally prefer to do the top piece first, and once I get the top strip on, then I put this piece on and it overlaps just a tad bit, and I just kind of bend it over the top. Another small nitpick, I would make the tints just a tad bit bigger, especially down here with the reflectors. I feel like they were just a little bit too small, so I think the sizing can be fixed. But even here, give me some more room so I can stretch around the edges and shrink it with the heat gun versus, because I think when trying to be too exact, they almost undercut it. If SlickMods, you're watching this, increase the size just by a little bit. So now we got this sprayed down. We'll grab the top strip, which will be the smaller of the two. Okay, this may be a little hard in the wind. Look at this. Okay, so you're gonna grab it and you wanna spray both sides. Get them nice and wet. You can, once again, you can never have too much. I'll try not to spray my camera. You can get it nice and wet because that's what's gonna allow it to slide. If you want to wear gloves, it doesn't hurt to wear gloves. So this is where the guessing comes in. You're like, okay, line it up, see what looks about right. I think it goes like this. You're just gonna put it on top, get it flat, lay it out, slide it into place. This is probably the easiest one. It's flat, not too much curve. And even with this one, it's just like a little bit too small. It's actually smaller than the one on the other side. Yeah, so this is just what I'm saying. It's not a perfect kit whatsoever. I probably will eventually redo this. If not, get it professionally done. I will say if you want to spend more than, you know, the 40, 50 bucks, just go to a wrap shop and have them wrap it so you can do it right. Because there's little edges that are exposed on each side. Once again, it's not perfect, but in the day-to-day, you really stop noticing it. But if you look very closely, you'll be like, yeah, it's a little bit short. So 3 millimeters short on this side and another 4 millimeters short on this side. So it's just, there's not much for you to do. I like to have it kind of more towards the front, towards the edge. That's about it. Boom, got this first piece lined up. I hit it with the heat gun real quick, and then I'll squeegee it down while I hit it with the heat gun. Once again, light heat. Don't overdo the heat, just on and off, squeegee, squeegee. When you overdo it, you're gonna mess it up. A little bit of heat, squeegee. A little bit of heat, squeegee. Okay, next up, once you get that piece on, you literally took all of 2 minutes. Respray that bottom part, get it wet once again. It's okay if you gotta refill up the spray bottle. There's never too much. Spray it again, grab that next piece. Okay, once you grab the next piece, once again, wet it. Every single little bit. You probably don't wanna do this one on a windy day, but it's windy every day in South Texas. So right here, get that, line it up kind of towards the top so you can overlap it just a little bit. Once again, I wish these pieces were just a little bit bigger. Like, why be stingy? Why not give us extra? It doesn't make much sense. I wish I can do a perfect install, but I feel like these are almost smaller than the other side. It's kind of like you just got to pick and choose what sides you not gonna cover. Like, okay, I'm not gonna be perfect, but from what angles do I want it to look good at? Take a look back. Okay, that looks good. Heat, squeegee, squeegee, get it pressed, and then we'll move to the side. So I'll get back to you guys when we move to the side. All right, I got that long tail piece done. Like I said, it won't be perfect because they're not the perfect size. Now to the hardest part. Once again, I'm gonna warn you one last time. If you don't listen to my warning and you mess it up, I have nothing to say for you. Take your time. You don't take your time, and that's the reason why your project car looks the way that it does. Take your time, prepare, and use the right tool for the right job. This is my last time saying this. Don't blame it on other people that your car looks the way that it does. 2 pieces. There's gonna be the outside piece to inside piece. I'm gonna do the same thing I did right here. Outside piece first, then the inside piece. Use plenty of water. Take your time, go super slow. Let's get it done. we are down to the final piece, the hardest piece. I think we're probably like 30 minutes in, maybe. Hopefully, maybe a little bit longer. Same process, spray down the piece, lay it down, and we're pretty much done. So this was gonna take a lot of focus. I'm gonna turn off the camera and I'll get back to you at the end. All right, people, that is it. We have completed it. Just cracked open our Victory Modelo. Just quick tips, especially on this corner. It took me almost 25 minutes because I took my time. That curve is hard. Don't rush it. Don't push too hard. Don't rip the film. Heat is your friend. If you accidentally crease it, which there's a good chance you will as you try to maneuver that curve, it's okay. Spray some more soap, pull it out, hit the film with a little bit of heat, and it kind of will repair itself. So once again, take your time, don't rush it, and it'll come out. Get most of the bubbles out. If there are some left, normally the heat does take it away the same way that it does with window tint. But as you can see, the mod is done. It looks absolutely amazing, and that is the next mod. Tomorrow I'll be back out here. We're going to be putting on the lower motor mount bushings, the upper motor mount bushings, and the transmission bushings from Powerflex. So tune into the next video when we do those bushings. For now, I'm gonna clean up, enjoy my Victory Modelo, and get ready for a great day tomorrow. So thank you for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe if you want to see more Kia K4 stuff. And we're almost to the point of autocrossing. I was even looking up helmets today. I'm gonna buy a helmet. I know with autocross, you're not supposed to modify your car too much because you're gonna be in the wrong class. But I'm not really worried about racing other people. I just want to have fun myself. So we're gonna keep getting this prepped, and we'll soon be autocrossing and doing it big. So I'll see you guys on the next episode. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.